It's your girl, Lou Pac, baby. From the boot where the real ones talk slick and walk heavy. She don't do rumors, she do receipts. If you said it, she got it. If you did it, she show it. Truth teller, big stepper. That's Lou Pac, baby, no pressure. Yeah, truth teller, big stepper. That's Lou Pac, baby, no pressure. Yeah. Straight out of Louisiana, she don't duck, no smoke. Call her the queen of receipts, she keeping folks woke. From fake friends to baby daddies getting exposed. If it's messy, she gon' clean it up. Real talk mode. Independent, raw and loud with it. She ain't scared of nothing, she proud with it. So if you coming fake, don't step in her lane. She call names and receipts, gon' explain. Truth like, baby. All truth, all gas, no brakes. Truth teller, big stepper. That's Lou Pac, baby, no pressure. Yeah, truth teller, big stepper. That's Lou Pac, baby, no pressure. Yeah, it's Lou Pac, baby. All truth, all gas, no brakes. Yeah, all truth, all gas, no brakes.
Yeah, you tuned in to Lou Pac, baby. She don't follow trends, she follow facts. Receipts ready, energy heavy. Let's go.
L-U-P-A-C, baby don't play, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-E-N-T, bring in truth to the streets.
Go. She don't do drama, she drop data. Scroll the page, now or later. You'll see lies get exposed and the fake get froze like refrigerators. Name ring bells like second line. Speak real, no need to lie. She from the south with a strong survivor. Snakes don't make it out alive.
L-U-P-A-C, ain't no faking on the screen. Call a judge, call a jury, she deliver with the heat. You won't clap, but she got truth, no sugar in her speech. Independent, bold and real, this Lou Pac, baby, capiche.
They scrolling, she exposing. They trolling, she compose. See, Lou Pac don't just react, she decode what's not disclosed. From screenshots to timelines, receipts in real time. You playing checkers, she playing chess. Every move defined, got that hustle in her bones. No cosign built to own. Views go up when she speak up. This platform here a throne.
L-U-P-A-C, baby don't bend, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-D-N-T, bring in truth to the streets. L-U-A-C, baby don't bend. She that truth in your feed when the lies get blown. Y'all watching, y'all lurking, but she grown. L-U-A-C, baby don't be. She that truth in your feed when the lies get blown. Y'all watching, y'all lurking, but she grown.
This ain't gossip, this ain't rumors. This is real talk, backed by real proof. Welcome to Lou Pac, baby, where every video got purpose.
Hey y'all, happy Thursday. What is up, everybody? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being tuned in on this good old Thursday, baby. I'm gonna do this real quick, y'all. This is last minute. I got a special guest backstage, so I'm gonna do a quick little 1-2 intro. I'm not gonna shout everybody out. Like I said, I don't want to keep my guests waiting too long, y'all. And we're gonna get into it because it's a late night cap. Okay, let me see. Hold up. Just a couple of y'all. Then it's gonna be a collective. Hey, shout out to Miss Dee, Miss Alexis, Daisha. We got Sweet Queen. Thank you for holding down the chat. Miss Vonda, Miss Trina, We got, let me see, hold up, Scorpio Stings, Michaela. We got Miss Debbie, Nana Karen. We got, hold on, let me see. Myla Renee, solid as a rock. Shout out to you, my love. Kimberly W, Miss Ashley. We got my bro Terry, of course, coming through. Courtney, Miss Geraldine. Who else? Let me see. Hold up, hold up. Robin Buttercup, Audra. Who else? Let me go down. Steph's Stuff and Stuff. Thank y'all for the super chats. I see y'all coming through. Turning your girl up. Shout out to y'all. Hey, Miss Fila. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Miss Jackie Moore. Black Knight. Discussion board. Nita M. Tell me something good. Crown, crown. Shout out to you. Snooky, Miss Darlene. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna stop right there. But a collective hey to everybody that's in here. This was, of course, impromptu last minute, y'all. And y'all know for the past 2 days I've been doing live streams, and I'm like, bruh, I gotta go try to watch Queen Step live. But I just couldn't get to it. So I decided to bring her on the platform so she can give us a little one to herself. So we're gonna bring our girl on. Hey Queen. Wait, let me see. Let me get it together. There we go. What's up, Queen Step in the building? Cause what we doing? Wait, what's up? Wait, her sound might be out. Can you hear me? Thank you, Miss
Yes, Luke
Burnett.
Park, baby. I can hear you.
You can hear me. Let me put my earphones on. I forgot I wasn't connected.
I was trying to put mine on, but it wasn't connected for some odd reason. I said, well,
Thank
I hope
you
they
so
can hear
much for
me.
joining us at the last minute. Y'all, I literally hit Queen Step up at about an hour ago and asked if she could come up, and she decided to grace us with her presence. Okay, so let's give a special one too for the Queen baby. Wait, she must have had a little discrepancy. She gonna be back up, y'all. She probably trying to connect her earphones. Thank you, Miss Geraldine. Hey to everybody that's coming in. I did this at the last minute for y'all, okay? For y'all. Shout out to y'all. Had to get my girl up here. Okay. You back?
Yeah, there we go. Now I can hear. It
Okay.
was low at first, but now it's very loud and clear.
Yeah, it was low. It is loud now. It is louder. So, you've been gone for a little hot minute, child. Okay,
Woo.
so
What,
that
four
goes
minutes?
4 months.
Yeah, it started in March.
Oh my God. Of course, you was, around a little bit in the chats and stuff like that. For the most part, you kind of stepped away from the saga because of, the TPO situation. So just give us a little 1-2 rundown of, what happened and the whole court process.
Yeah, it wasn't worth, you know what I'm saying? Like on my Facebook, it was a little subliminal here and there, but at the end of the day, when I thoroughly read that TPO, I'm not about to let nobody. I was being antagonized and everything to talk about that the court, you know, what was going on in court or whatever the case may be. But it definitely was not worth me being treated off the streets about no false ass TPO. You feel what I'm saying? But now that it has happened, I sit back and I look and I be like, why the damn judge even, you know, allow this shit to go for this long anyways, especially after the first time, the first time
Hmm.
that we went to court or whatever, because I literally turned in like I said, like my main focus was what she put on the TPO. And on that TPO, she notated that I talked about her kids. She also talked about where I showed up at. She came up with that event shit again, and y'all already know that I debunked that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Um, as being invited to the event.
Hold on, my bad.
And then she put on there that I talked about her kids for a whole year, y'all. A
Oh, wow.
whole year. And I'm like, what? So from October of 2023, I think she put, to February.
Wow.
And
Well,
I
we
was like, what?
we know one thing about her, baby. She gonna manipulate the truth. Okay, she
and,
gonna turn
and,
something. She gonna make it greater than
and
what it is.
I want to make this clear because I see everybody question about that name. Now, when I first got the TPO or whatever served, I was like, I looked at it myself and I was like, why the hell that she got her name spelled different? And my only guess is she did it that way so people wouldn't go try to pull these cases because, it's public record.
Mhm.
So she felt the need to try to, you know what I'm saying, alter her name by misspelling it on purpose. But
Wow.
I made that acknowledge to that judge, though. I was like, I'm just trying to figure out because if we are going to talk about the person who's taking me to court, we need to make sure that the name is correct.
Yep.
Why is her name just even spelled any different? And she then asked Brianna how to spell her name correctly. So, like I said, the first time we entered court, she came to court with a tank top on, with her breasts all completely out. And
Wow.
soon as the judge saw that, she went from 0 to 100 real quick. She was a very nice, understanding judge or whatever. But sometimes how you don't have to physically be in person to somebody, but you can feel the energy that they give off. The judge was just giving her these looks like, but what I don't understand is why. I think the judge allowed her to hang herself
Mhm.
because at some point I felt the judge know that she was contradicting herself and she was lying about a lot of stuff.
I
Cause
kind of heard I kind of heard you break it down a little bit on your platform, but I didn't get to finish your live. So I just been so busy. And then with Facebook, you can't minimize. So it's hard for me to go watch a live in its entirety on Facebook. It's different on YouTube because you can turn your screen off, it'll still be playing and all of that. So it's a little hard on YouTube. I was like, let me just get it on the platform. But before you finish, it was something specifically that I did hear, but it was kind of like the sound was going in and out. I remember you saying that he brought up RH in while y'all was in court and y'all the judge allowed y'all to, what's the word? What's the word?
question, interrogate each other,
Interrogate
basically.
each other. And she was like, tell her to stop talking about my ex-husband or something like that. Can you elaborate on that part?
Well, the fact because I like when I wrote my statement or whatever, and when I was telling my side of the story, I read out my statement and I literally let the judge know, how this all started. And it all started, and I showed the video of her, laying on the bed, the video that went viral where she was laying on the bed talking to the dispatcher and stating that, RH had a gun and she walked right past him. And I was like, this is the reason that, she's really being talked about on the internet. The main reason she's disliking me is because I'm one of the content creators that grew close to her ex-husband. I've been, out in public with her ex-husband on multiple occasions, and she know that I have that direct contact with him. This is really the only reason that, like she's really bringing me to court. And she's bringing me to court because the now boyfriend or baby daddy that she has now, I did a live. I even showed that I did a live. Information came to me that her boyfriend was trying to cheat on her, whatever the case may be. As content creator, it came to me and I went live about it. After I did that live, she ran it and went and did a TPO. So me speaking on bringing up Robert is just stating this is the only real reason that she has me in court, because I side with her ex-husband, and I don't side with her. So some of my questions was to her about RA. So tell me, out of all content creators, why I'm the one that you continue to keep trying to bring to court about a TPO when I'm not stalking you. I never call you. I only seen you once in person. You know what I'm saying? Other than an event, then into court. And
Yeah.
she said no. Like the questions that I was asking her that she knew what was true. I said, so you never came to the internet talking about a fake domestic violence on your ex-husband? She said no.
Oh
I
wow.
said, so you're telling me that you what else did I ask her? I said, so well, how did you come across me if this is not about your ex-husband? She couldn't even answer. Then that's when she brought up and said, could you just please tell her to stop bringing up my ex-husband? I was like, but this is the real reason we're here. This is the only reason how you came across me, because I support your ex-husband. Because what other reason that I wouldn't be here if it was not, based on your ex-husband? And I
Wow.
don't understand, and like when I was asking her certain, like from her story, that she would tell, I would go back and ask her questions on things that she stated, and she would contradict and lie. And if y'all was just in that courtroom and just would saw the judge's face, just looking at her like, but you just said, that's why I'm saying to myself now, like, why did you even, as a judge, allow this to go on this long when you saw that she lied the first time we went to court? But I think it prolonged because I reversed it and went and took out a TPO out on her. And that judge let me know if I would have sent her a cease and desist or whatever, or just something verbally written to tell her to leave me alone, then it would have been granted. She was in court telling the judge that she sent me a cease and desist, and I'm asking the judge the second time we came back, I said, I have a question here. One thing, I don't understand how she was even granted this temporary custody, because what she have on the TPO is nothing but lies. So where is this cease and desist that she claimed that she sent to me? I've seen everything else but that.
Now I can say, when it comes to that this is what I mean by she likes to manipulate the truth, right? Because she did send a cease and desist to someone in the saga. I'm not going to say the name, but it wasn't none of us. That person is on her side now. So, and that's the only person that I know of. It wasn't any blogger. So, that was crazy for her to say that. I remember her, but she put that on her when she spoke about the GoFundMe. It's like, why lie? I can't stand when people add. I tell your truth, but you see, she wouldn't have an actual truth if she, didn't put some stank on it. So
she had none. She was watching how I was, handling myself, because she was not even answering the judge the way she should have been answering the judge, like, yes, ma'am, or yes, your honor. She was just like, yes, yes. So when the judge was giving her these facial expressions, even through viral, there was video, and the first time I showed up, I went to court personally, like in court personally or whatever. And even though it was a viral session or whatever, and when she saw how I was answering the judge, then she started answering. So when the judge would ask me, would you like to, come together with Miss Battles to sort this situation out? And I was like, sure, I don't have a problem with that. She kept saying, no, 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 I want to continue this. It's like, but how you want to continue something, but then you were trying to talk to another content creator that does the same thing that I do. She might not deliver it the way that I do, but at the end of the day, you still wanted to talk to her on the back end, so she wouldn't take you to court, but you still wanted to take me to court. So you clearly just continue to show the judge the hatred that you have because I support your ex-husband. And I continue to want to bring up the ex-husband because this is the main reason we're here. You know what I mean?
And that's what it is too, because Dawn dropped the audio, which I'm gonna play it a little later in the live, and you can hear it a little clearer from when Dawn played it on her live, and you can hear where she spoke on you and also Harmony, and then she said something about because RH be in their chats and he's paying them to bully me, and I'm like, why she keep saying that? For one, I haven't seen La Truth in nobody's chat in a long time. Like, he's literally moving on with his life.
Lupa, they be all not just in the chats, baby. They be all in the likes, okay? They be looking to see if he liking posts, and because RH would a lot of times back then, he was not on my YouTube, but he was on my Facebook.
Yeah, he comment on everything.
Comment here and there, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I let bro know, like, you ain't got to show the people, like, as long as we know where we stand with each other or whatever the case may be, we have nothing to prove to the internet. You feel me? I support you. Ain't nobody.
And the thing is, you got to prove that. You can't just go around saying he paying content creators because you see him commenting in people's chats. Well, if that's the case, the same can be said about you because she's actually been on people's platforms. Right. So they can make sense. Of course, he gonna show love to people that's supporting him. Like, come on now.
So they brought the super fakes came or whatever, and only one was able to speak. TC is the one that came up first, and she was lying right along with LaOnya. So I can tell that they talk with each other on the back end. and tried to, sort and say that they'll say this because TC really got up there and lied. It's so unbelievable, Lupop, because it's like, damn, y'all the same ones behind the scenes with me for a whole year discussing a lot of shit about this female. So to see y'all come to court on this girl behalf is crazy to me. But like I say, my spirit never stirred me wrong because I moved out of the way for a reason. At the end of the day, we are adults, and I don't have to give a female no explanation of why I no longer want to fuck with you when you know what you did. Just know that I acknowledged it, and I don't have to give you an explanation to know that I'm just gonna move out the way like I did. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna allow the people to see y'all for yourselves. You know what I'm saying? So she got out there asking the question. So I asked, so the judge allowed me to interrogate her as well. And I'm just like, okay, so because the judge asked TC, she's like, I want to know what difference is it that Miss Flowers is doing from the other content creators. TC gonna say, well, the other content creators, they give their content, but Stephanie just keep going on and on and on. I said, so you telling me that you can go on my YouTube channel and you can look through my videos, my lives, and see where I talked about her on a daily basis? She hesitated and she was like, yep. And I'm looking like, oh, baby, if we could really speak the way we wanted to speak in court, I would have ripped that girl apart. I would have ripped her apart. But at the end of the day, like I said on my live, the questions that I was asking was very valid, and they couldn't, like you always say, when a person is giving off their body emotions or whatever, you can tell what's truth and what's not true. You feel what I'm saying? So
I knew from the beginning that wasn't gonna hold up. Like I told that to Harmony. I said that's not gonna stick. That I know the court system, and I was like that is not gonna stick. Like the only thing I did say this because you mentioned it in your chat when you went live. You said, I know how she got me is when I sent that email when you was joking and you sent that email, you know how with the copyright situation and how you can send emails back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how she was able to solidify that TPO. But I still knew it wasn't going to stick.
That's what I said too. I said I think that's how, because if you show any type of direct contact that you did with that person, that's how you can actually get it. Because I asked her that email that I sent her, I asked her, was that the girl that Jonelle was
That's how she got you though, because at the end of the day, a lot of people look at, cyber stalking, bullying, harassment, and they try to put their own perception on it. But you can do that, but that don't mean that it's gonna hold any weight. That's
right.
just your perception. At the end of the day, nobody is going on her. None of the bloggers are commenting in her chat. None of the bloggers are emailing her. No direct contact.
None of that.
Look for herself being spoken on. So that's you can't say, oh, people are harassing and bullying you when you're looking for it.
And not only that, the address that she had on the TPO, she put the address of that boutique she used to have. And I was like, you just lying all the way through by your name. You giving an address to, because I put the address in Google. I said, well, damn, this is the address to that boutique she used to have years ago. You no longer even have this boutique. So how are you going to just put this address up here? But so the judge was like, have everybody turn in their exhibits or whatever. And I was like, yes, Your Honor, we have. So I was the last one to speak, to give like a closing statement or whatever the case may be. So when I spoke or whatever, and I just really was making it direct of the main reason that we were here in the courtroom, and the main reason that she really have me here is because of her ex-husband and the fact that information came to me about her current boyfriend. And that's when then I spoke about the fake Brianna fan page that she definitely was behind, because when somebody ran the IP address on it, that's when it came out about her having 7 different emails.
Wait, what?
Yes, 7. I did a live on my YouTube about these emails. She had 7 different emails. When somebody did an IP address ran on her, and it came out with 7 different emails.
Oh,
one of those emails was attacked. I'm to my Loophole. When I screen recorded showing the proof, I did exactly that. So one of those emails to that Brianna fan page was linking back to her Brianna Batter page, where she got like that spray paint shirt or whatever as a profile, that
Yeah.
it kept linking right back to that page. It wasn't linking to nobody page but hers. You put that email into the Google, it was bringing up that Brianna Batter page. When you go and like you go to try to find someone or whatever, you put in their email address other than their name, it kept coming right back to that Brianna Batter page. So when I let that be known in court, she gonna try to say, judge, I have proof right here, because you know she posted it on her Facebook, and when I talked about it in my live, she posted on her Facebook and said these all the pages that I'm attached to. She tried to apply that in court, and the judge denied it. She was like, no, you had your chance and opportunity to turn in everything that you needed to turn in. I will not allow you to turn anything in right now.
You know
So
what's crazy about that is, it's like, of course you gonna show what you know everybody else know. Who gonna really show if they're attached to a fake page? Like, why would she actually
exactly.
show that in court? Like, come on now, ain't nobody crazy. People
After
know
the
she's behind some type of fake page, child. Because I remember early on in the saga, even on Instagram, she had extra pages.
yeah, she had like what 3-4 pages or something like that. Because I remember doing a live about it and showing all those pages that was showing up on Instagram
But that's
and
crazy.
and TikTok. She got like 3 different pages on TikTok too. So is it like, why are you needing all these fucking pages? But at the end of the day, so the judge was like, okay, I will be making the decision on the date. She was like, I'll make a decision on the 25th. I'm gonna that was giving her 30 days to go through, because the nasty lady on the other side or whatever did a live, and she was talking about how thick my book was or whatever when I went and did the TPO on her. It was for a reason. That thick book was attached to the lies that she told on the TPO. So that was all proof that was clearly laid out. So so when the judge supposed to made a decision on May the 25th, she went out and took out a contempt on the 20th, 5 days before the judge was to make a decision.
And that's what I was about to say. I did follow y'all situation because with my source, I get like all the court stuff. But I didn't blog on it out of respect for you. I was like, I'm gonna let Queen Steph do her big one when she ready. But would you like to speak on those contempts?
Listen, Linda.
Baby, she was coming at you with the most ridiculous stuff.
Lupa, the ridiculous lies that she put. Okay, somebody showed me the court documents that when she did the contempt on me on the 16th of June, right? So she but I thought it was due to me sharing one of Latay's posts that on my YouTube before it got hit or whatever. But it wasn't that. It was one of the videos that I did when I left court, from the court where I took her to court. And I was stating that how she was in there just lying, where she brought her daddy and her first son.
Oh wow.
So,
Who bring a girl to a court date like that?
and allow your son to sit here and listen to all the shenanigans that you do out here on the internet.
That I would have never did that.
The same son that you pulled up, you know what I'm saying? I let that judge know, like, cause that's why the judge said you got so much evidence, but I have to follow, the proceedings of, the law when it comes to dealing with the TPOs in court. Like she said, if I would have had any verbal or written statement to her for a cease and desist, it would have got granted. But I let that judge know that, you know what I'm saying? I talk about her kids, but I showed the clip or the video. I sent in the clip or the video where she was on YouTube with her oldest son trying to talk about me.
Yeah, I remember that.
But and now that's the time that we had had the lawyer, but somehow on that transcript, I'm guessing it was due to that lawyer. I got my lawyer after the court date or whatever the case may be. He did say sometimes it'd be a mix up. So because when I started hearing y'all say, it was per se or whatever the case may was, they didn't change it because it was after I got the lawyer after the court dates and papers and all that stuff was filed. So, but at the end of the day, my lawyer was there when I took her to court. So when I went out in the hallway to talk,
Yeah, I can verify that because I seen it on the paperwork.
that's why when she, cause how Nate know I was late to court. You feel what I'm saying? Cause Bree was giving her all that information. And it's like I was late, but my lawyer was there. So why you think they waited 45 minutes? No court is gonna wait 45 minutes for you without having a lawyer or somebody holding in place for you. You feel what
They
I'm saying?
won't. They will not. If
How
anything,
late?
it's gonna be serious, but they will not. They
Exactly.
will hold it for you if you have an attorney. Unless if you was pro se, they would have never did that. On to the
Exactly.
next. On to the next, and then you would have been held in contempt for
I
missing
would
the
have
court
been
date.
held in contempt. Exactly. So it's just like higher, the court procedures continue when I did return. Oh, she was 45 minutes late. Well, but my lawyer was there. You know what I'm saying? If my lawyer was not there, they would have been ended the court without me even, you know what I'm saying, while I was in route or whatever the case may be. But when I left out of the courtroom for a recess to go, I'm talking about Josh had moved in the back of the courtroom when he started hearing. When I got up, now on this court date, they put us on stand
Mhm.
where we were able to question each other. She gonna ask me, so you not a public figure? Girl, no, you know I'm not a public figure. You don't see nowhere on my Facebook or my YouTube where it's stated or labeled me as a public figure. That has nothing to do with the reason of me bringing you to court, because at this point you were stalking me, you were enticing your people to bother me. You had people showed up at my crib, at one of my cribs, where I was not even at home. Y'all were calling me while I was on live. I showed them a proof of a receipt from text messages, where in the text messages it's clearly stated this is Brianna Battle texting Stephanie. Now if you had somebody else doing that, why would they be so dumb to put your name in a text stating that you're texting me? So who's stalking who?
Wait, what?
Yes, I
So
have a
it was a text free app, and it showed that it was.
yeah, it was a text-free app. In the text messages while they were texting me while I was live one time, she had in it within that text message, it said, this is, you can't prove that it's Brianna. This to my son, this is Brianna Battle texting Stephanie in the text thread.
Oh wow!
They just kept texting, but I was ignoring it. It's like, why would I feed you? What am I feed you for? I'm gonna let you hang yourself. Keep texting like a dummy and keep calling like a dummy. I'm not gonna engage with you with that. Cause I even have not seen her so many times in person. I know that girl lingo. You feel what I'm saying? And she's slow as fuck. Excuse my language, but she's slow. But she's slow. But at the end of the day, so when I went out in the court to go talk to my lawyer or whatever, she came out behind me. I don't know if you caught part of my live where I actually showed a clip of her trying to converse with me outside of the courtroom. Baby, you ain't got no business trying. What you trying to talk to me for?
Wait, wait, you showed a clip of that? I didn't
I
see that.
clip. I can send it to you. I showed a clip of her trying to converse with me, showing her papers to my son. What she say? I got the proof of you were talking about my kid, because she was talking on the phone with somebody trying to tell somebody about Corey. I said, girl, you got no business trying to talk to me. So I would record my ass, and I was like, okay, so let me go show the judge how you out here trying to converse with me while we on break.
So
I
she
don't
can
think that's even.
tell you that she got proof. Make sure you close the back. Close my door. She can't tell you that she had proof for you talking about her son.
Not talking about her kids when I was talking about turtles. I said, honey, that's a metaphor. You can't sit there here and talk about something that they really never seen. So she was like, so you saying that you don't have a picture of my babies when I first had my kids in your members only live? Boom.
Everybody had that picture because it was a what they call a time lapse on her Snapchat video. So everybody didn't seen that picture.
You know what I said? I said, well, how else did I get it? Because you put it out there.
Yep.
No other content creator put it. You leaked your own photo out there, sweetheart.
Not just that, Janelle didn't leak the photo too. Remember, he posted they was somewhere and he posted the baby boy in the car seat. I think that was when they went to that first trip they were on, maybe. I'm not sure, but he posted it and he hurt and deleted. But of course, a few people got it.
Yeah, and I got it too.
He knew what he was doing.
Exactly, he did. So it's just like, y'all are shame on the girl, but you ain't shame on the boy. But anyway, that's another story. Uh, so So yeah, so after, with that court date, the judge, went in and dismissed it, and she let it be known why it was dismissed. And then while we were getting ready to walk out of the courtroom, she had Brianna come back around. She said, and let me tell you something, don't ever go on social media tagging another judge's name, because that is illegal. That's like you're enticing your people to harass the judge.
Yep.
Why would you be tagging another judge in another county that neither one of you are resided in?
That's definitely incitement. It is. Yep.
So but after that, then the Superface went live, like they were trying to tag it on me. I bet she won't talk about court. I bet y'all won't talk about it either, because y'all was part in the court, and I'm waiting for y'all to slip up and say something. But so the judge in my county was awaiting for that, because that was on April the 21st. So they was because I hit the clerk back up and I'm ready to get this behind me. Why haven't the judge made a decision on this yet? And she was stating that they were awaiting the answer from the county where I took her to court. I'm like saying to myself, what y'all waiting on them for? But I understood. I'm like, okay, the judge is probably waiting to see what that judge see anything different from what she already had a decision on, was to really dismiss this shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I sent them over the document of it being dismissed or whatever. But like I said, I felt the judge was going to dismiss it early, but Bree know what she was doing, or whoever was in her ear. She went out and took out of that fake contempt on the 20th of May, 5 days before the judge was to make a decision. And like I said, she took the video that I made after I took her to court. I ain't never stated her name. I was just saying how a person go to court and they just be lying. I ain't stupid. I'm smart. I know what to say and what not to say. You feel what I'm saying? Even when the TPO is saying you can't indirectly or directly speak about court. But then she took a video where I was at the airport heading to California, and I was talking about court on my behalf, giving information from, supporters telling me don't skip out on court, just write the judge and let the judge know that you got to go out of town for work, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she turned in to the judge. And so when we got to court on the 11th, I'm like, why are you taking my videos, inserting yourself? Your name was never spoken. I can speak on my behalf about court. I can get information from my supporters that telling me what I'm needing to do when they know I've never been through a situation like this before, somebody taking me to court about no social media. Mm-hmm. So the question that the judge asked her was, the judge said, Brianna Batter, I really want to know, how did you get this video of Miss Flowers? This girl gonna sit up here and say, I got it from my best friend, Lachey Tate. Baby, when I say I just put my head, I just shook my head.
What was the video? Your members only video?
One of them was my, was that my members on one? I think one of them was a members only video. And I told the judge, I was like, that's in members only where you have to buy a subscription to go and see that. That wasn't a public YouTube video. It was members only for my members. So that's when the judge asked her, how did she get video? And not only that, it was two of the videos from YouTube and one of them was from Facebook. That's two different platforms that you're stating that your best friend sent to you without even thinking the fact of, I've already given the judge the information on how you use your platform to weaponize, to entice people to, come after people. So for you to sit up here and tell the judge that your best friend gave you videos of me from two different platforms of mine, you could have just showed the judge you're stalking me.
That's crazy. Yep, because that's somebody that's not even within the saga. Like that's, outside watching your channel. Like you, and that's contradicting to what she's trying to accomplish in the first place. Because if you think that Queen Steph is messing with you, why are you going on her channel, or you got somebody going looking for stuff? What the old folks say, if you go looking for it, baby, you go find it.
Exactly. And not only, then I let the judge know, I'm like, Judge, like these people, because she was like, well, I was reviewing your Facebook at one point, and I went back to look. I said, well, Your Honor, they massively reported my Facebook, got my Facebook took. They massively reported my YouTube and got my YouTube took. Her people. the ones that she enticed to do things for her behind the scenes so she can try to keep her hands clean.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And when I said something about my pages being took, Bree gave that body language and facial expression where she held her head down, and the judge asked her, she said, "Is this true, Brianna?" I don't know nothing about that. And the judge said, "Sure you don't."
Wow. That is crazy.
Baby, like I said, you want to tell somebody to court about this, you need to make sure you crossing your T's and dotting your I's, because you've been lost at the point when the judge asked you how you get videos of me. You just, like I said, you let the judge know that you literally are stalking me at this point. Especially after the fact that I told them that y'all massively reported 2 of my platforms and got them took down.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you put me in contempt? Because the judge said, "Well, when was your page took?" I said, "Right before she took out the contempt."
That's crazy. That is crazy. And this situation is just a prime example to show that, like, she went all out her way to try to get you taken down, like TPO'S or whatever. And she was like literally hitting you. I remember hitting you with contempt after contempt just for the most ridiculous stuff. I remember, like, you spoke on it a little bit. One of the contempts in specific was you just shared somebody, I think it was Latay's video.
Let's say
All
video,
you
right?
did was share it. And of course, Latay had Laonya on the thumbnail. You shared it and she screenshot it and sent it in, uh trying to get it as a contempt. I was
But
like, Lord,
what
what is going on?
when I got that though, I sent the judge in an explanation to that. I said, when you are subscribed to someone and that notification drops down on your phone, I just clicked on it. So when I'm clicking on it from a notification dropping down on my phone, I don't see a thumbnail. It takes me right to the live if the person is openly live right then, and Latay was. So I never
Yeah.
even saw the thumbnail when I shared it. As I was listening to the live, like 10 minutes within the live, I was like, let me go ahead and like it and, let me share it and continue to listen to it. And that's what I did. And I still never saw the thumbnail. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't go back on my YouTube to see if it shared or not. I just shared it and
Yeah.
continued to listen to the live and got off or whatever. So that part was not even brought up about me sharing the Tay live. It was only the videos that she got off my YouTube and my Facebook.
But that shows how ridiculous it was. But the
Yeah.
fact that she even sent that in to try to use that as a contempt is crazy. Like, at that point, she was really just nitpicking.
Girl, when she sent in the one that I did that live, that little short live after I got off the court with her and I was doing all that damn profanity.
I remember, I remember that live.
That should have been played. I was going in like a freight train. But the good thing that the judge did allow though on the contempt, she was like, "Miss Flowers, were you able to see any of this stuff that she sent in on you?" I was like, "No, Your Honor, I have not." In which somebody did send it to me. But no, I have not seen anything. I know nothing of her sending in this contempt on me or whatever. So the judge put us in the back room and she, told Brianna, you have to show her everything that you put on her for contempt. So when the back room, when the videos was being shown and she was showing them in increments, and I'm saying like, girl, this ain't no contempt. Your name was never spoken of. You can feel like it was indirect all you want. You cannot take somebody's video and insert yourself. And then she turned in the other live that I was informing about. When I did a live about a female that went to court with her baby father and got and the baby father got custody from jail. He got out of jail and he got custody of his kids from his baby mother. And the fact of that was around the timing that RH was taking her for full. That's when we heard about him going to court for full custody. So
Yeah.
she felt like that was being directed toward her. Girl, this video had people names in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't take that video and insert yourself.
Ah,
I'm clearly showing
that
the
was
man, I'm
crazy.
showing the woman and everything, and you trying to use that as a contempt when I'm talking about somebody, a whole nother storyline?
Yeah,
Like,
that was
what?
crazy. At that point, you was on to something else, and she still was trying to make it
And
about her.
it didn't matter what part. I could see something that could be similar to her situation, but when I'm posting about it, her supporter, her her demons coming over. Oh, you already got a TPO on you. I hope you're going to jail. You're going. And I'm thinking like, y'all are the one coming over here reading my posts and just inserting this girl. Like, dang. If I'm talking about her, I'm gonna name a name that everybody know her by. You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, I said, damn, I can't even talk. Y'all coming over here just since y'all want me to talk about that motherfucker so bad, and now I'm free.
So you sure are. So what's next for Queen Step? Like, what we doing?
Like, I'm trying to get this channel growing, baby. I'm trying to get this channel, you know what I'm saying? I had one, they went and reported it as well. The heavy hitter, they reported that too. So I
What
got
they
one.
report? But what are they telling? Like, what are they telling you
I don't know.
to get
I
it
feel
taken?
that they showed the court papers
Well, they
because
say no more.
some don't look, Lupa. I was only on a warning when they
Yeah.
took my page. So to me, I feel like with Laonia and the other crazy nasty lady with no ankles, I think they went in that last live that I did where Terry was showing, when it came out about somebody following Amber and taking a picture of her, and then they brought it back to social media from another page or whatever. I ain't trying to give them no clout, so I don't want to say their name, but if you know, you know. But the chick came back and gave it to one of the pages on that side in the post. So Terry showed the person that was behind that fake page and showed the chick that took the picture of Amber. I talked about that on my live. So I think the fact of I had their picture up too long and I prolonged on like really talking about them or whatever the case may be. I think all three of them individually reported me, and I also feel that they showed that harassment or stalking type. They showed the TPO. I think they turned that into, because there is no way just that one video, my whole YouTube gone, and I was on a warning. I wasn't on no strike or nothing. I was on a warning.
Yeah. That's crazy. Whoever did that,
So
they knew something. They knew what they was. They knew how to rig the system to get the channel taken like that. But
that's what I feel, because it was three individuals who pictured that I put up. So those three individuals going in saying that a harassment, putting their picture up, and them, if YouTube even listened to the live, they put it as like a severe. They said something about a severe something or whatever. I was like, damn. Y'all know how I be going in. But I was like, dang. And I keep, appealing this shit, but they ain't gonna give it back. So it's all good. I ain't, I'm not down and out about a YouTube.
if
It sucks
anybody,
because
okay,
I was up there with numbers. I was almost at 9K, but at the end of the day, what's meant for you at times it would definitely happen. You feel me? So
yeah, I was about to say if any one of the mods knows your new channel, y'all can put it in the chat for you know or whoever in the chat to
um
follow Queen Steph.
there's Sweet Queen in there, she knows it.
Okay, yeah, she's in here. Yep,
She
Queen,
she
put it
she'll
in
drop. But that's it, man. I still been doing my little thizzle on Facebook, because Facebook got some of the same features like YouTube have, even with subscriptions and all of that over there. You know what I'm saying? So I still get my content on Facebook when I can. But like I said, y'all, get that other channel up and popping 1K. Y'all know I'm coming out with a flesh, but I'm gonna keep it on. I'm gonna keep it. I'm back on Facebook just doing my thizzle
Well,
right now.
500. You know now YouTube has it to where if you get 500, you can start going live and get monetized.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
thought
they
it
have.
was
It's like a
1,000.
secondary option. Like the primary option is I think 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours, and then the secondary is I want to say um 500 followers and like 2,000 something watch hours if I'm not mistaken. Yep, yep. Secondary
I'm
option.
not gonna,
So
I'm not
get to that
gonna,
five.
I'm not gonna showcase face, because that's how they got me the last time. So when
Okay.
ones know it's me, they're gonna know that it's me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I show my face, they can definitely report it and match it up with what they had already got my other one took down. I think that's how I got the heavy hitters took down, because I had a video up there where my face was showing. So
Mhm.
they matched it with the previous one. And when you get took, you're not allowed to make another YouTube. And I
Oh
thought about it.
wow.
I was like, man, I had a video with my face on there. That's how, if that video was not up there showcasing my face, I'd be live and popping on Heavy Hitters right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when they take your page, you are not allowed. So it is what it is.
I didn't know that. YouTube
Yeah.
got to do better with that. Like they can't be taking people pages without I feel like a really, really, really good investigation because it's a lot of people's livelihoods. Like that's not cool. You know,
So
just
I was
taking
like, you know
for
what? I won't show my face. People know what it is. They know how Queen Step look. They know how I look. I ain't tripping. But I'm just glad that I have this. I have all that behind me and it's over with because it was really bogus. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just bogus.
it was that's too much. Like that was so unnecessary. It was actually like a waste of time at this point because it missed like all of that for nothing. But I think that's probably was the goal too. You know,
Taking somebody to court about something you yourself putting out on internet is crazy to me.
I think even she knew that that wasn't gonna hold up. But with the process, think about it. You know, even while y'all was going through it, you couldn't speak on it. So you know, you
She
got
was
together
trying to
for a
tell the
while.
judge I was talking about her baby father. And that's why, he did that post to say, don't when I talked about him and his fake jury, and he gonna tag and say, don't my baby mama got a TPO out on you? Well, that ain't got shit to do with you, regardless if you is her baby daddy or not. Y'all ain't together. You ain't family, nigga.
Exactly. Like, who says that? What they got to do with you, sir? Like,
He
what?
he wanted to be saved. He wanted to be saved. He wanted to be saved.
That's that's what it gave. Like, this ain't a group TPO.
It's like you a grown man and you up here running and crying.
You was on them though.
Better
You
leave them jersey. They was letting that jersey come out. That's all. They were
yeah.
letting the jersey, but it was all entertainment at the end of the day because I don't hate nobody. You feel what I'm saying? I don't hate nobody. I could dislike the things that a person does, but I was not invested where I feel like I hate somebody, and I still don't due to the fact that she took me to court because you didn't win.
That's
You
what I
didn't
say
have
all the time. Like, it's not personal. It's not hate. It's just dialogue. It's just
That's
content
it.
with
Because
us.
when I get on
Us
social media,
what we
I'm
put up
on social
on the
media.
internet.
I'm
Yeah,
not thinking about social media when I'm off of it. Like when I'm off of it, I'm pertaining to me, my man, my household. That's it. That's all. I'm not pertaining to social media.
exactly. I don't understand it. That's crazy. Well, we look forward to you, making your debut back over here on the YouTube stomping ground.
I know, right? I miss y'all.
They in the chat, like, listen, they missed you. They all in the chat talking about we missed you, Queen Step.
I can't see the chat, but hey, y'all, I love y'all. But
Yep,
I'll be back. Y'all get that channel up. What you say, the 500 Lupa?
yep. To 500, you'll be to go live.
I think I got about 300 more to go. Little 300 more to go, and then I'll be able to.
593 in here. It was just at like 600 and something. So they turn it up, y'all. Turn Queen Step up.
But is there any other anything else that you want to you want to know about it? I just like at the end of the day, she fabricated her name. She put the wrong address on it, and the whole TPO was just a big lie. The same lies that she had already put out here on the internet about talking about her kids, and she stated that I talked about her kids for a whole. Oh, and not only that, she stated that she told the judge that I put out a rumor that she was intimate with her dad and had a child by her dad.
Oh my God.
I was like,
Why
what?
would she say that?
When she know who that come from, when that came from Sierra,
No,
right? But
it's
she, baby, when I say I had my T's crossed and my I's dotted, I had that screenshot. That screenshot was part of my exhibits. I said, Your Honor, I never stated that about her. I
Yeah.
said I have the exhibit such whatever number it was. I think it was like 12. Exhibit 12 clearly shows a screenshot of somebody putting that out on the internet and who it came from. It didn't
Well, the
count.
thing is,
She repeated that.
my thing is, even with her saying that, when you go to court, baby, you gotta prove it. I would have said, tell her to prove that, because I know I didn't say that. Make her prove that
The
right now.
judge, she asked her, she said, "Do you have proof of documentation or any exhibit of that on the battle?" She was like, then she got to looking through her papers as if she had something. I said, "Excuse me, your honor, I don't mean to interrupt, but I do have a screenshot of a person who did state that about her. What she did was put up a picture. She put up a post that I made on my Facebook of her and her dad that I put up there, and I talked about her dad being a pedophile.
Ooh,
She gonna try to she tried to she spoke of what my post had a
basically
caption.
tried to create a scenario with that
She
picture that
created a
you
whole
put up.
scenario other than exactly what my post said and made a statement of me putting her the picture that I showed of her and her dad and stated that I said she had a
Wow.
I said, Your Honor, read the caption on that post.
Hmm.
That post said nothing about her being intimate with her dad or the fact that she had a child by her father. I never stated nothing about that. Somebody else stated it. I didn't even repeat that on the internet. For
But you
what?
know what? You know what? Another thing that I noticed that she does also, and that's why I say manipulating truth. She'll take things that supporters and trolls say in the chat and blame it on the bloggers. And that
Yeah.
has been going on. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like some of these trolls have said the most heinous things towards her. But don't put that on us. Don't
Right.
try to make it seem like we said that to make your situation more serious, or to try to get a bigger reaction or more sympathy, when you know the bloggers is not saying these heinous things about you, man. Like, that's not cool.
Now, I also asked the judge. I also told the judge. I said she's a manipulator and she's a scammer because she did a GoFundMe to try to get help with lawyer fees, but I don't see a lawyer. And mine came in last time. But of course, if you want to continue a lawyer, you got to keep paying. I already felt I paid out 2,000. Then at that point, after that second time going to court, it's like I'm not finna keep paying out no more money for no lawyer or whatever the case may be. I'm just gonna have faith that God is gonna handle this situation because it's all bogus.
Yeah.
It's all bogus.
Yep, that was ridiculous anyway. You shouldn't even have to pay for that. Like,
But
that
sometimes
was,
you feel like you want to take that sacrifice and
yeah.
just to try to make the better of something or whatever in regards to whatever the outcome was. But at the end of the day, my spirit don't never stir me wrong. I really had no worries. I was not scared to the fact of about it. Nothing to be scared about. The only thing that could do is don't talk about it. Okay, that's fine. And not only that, the judge asked every time that we went to court if we wanted to settle this. The judge wanted to see what decisions that all the times that she asks of who really wanted to settle this case by not using her. You feel what I'm saying? And I continue to give the same answer. She continued to deny it. No, I want to go alone. I want to continue the 12-month TPO. Like, girl, sit your regular ass somewhere. Cause soon as I'm free and you still out here acting a fool, baby, I'm gonna give it to you.
and
I'm gonna make you cry.
still, and
She
still
cried.
never got it.
Only that, let me not forget that part. When I kept bringing up the reason that we were here in court, she started crying trying to get sympathy, and I told the judge, I said, Your Honor, this is the same thing we get online. When she know that she done wrong, she started crying trying to get the sympathy.
Mhm.
Then
Wow.
she turned her camera off. Like, girl, what you crying for? You 32 in here with 6 children, and you took me to court for a TPO, but you crying? You got to make that make sense. Or
Yeah.
are you crying because I'm really bringing out the truth? Or you just know in your heart that you're not finna win this case, regardless of how it prolonged. You know you had no win.
Mhm. Or she thought that she can go in there. That don't work with the court system. That's why I say all the time. Real court and the court of public opinion is two totally different things. You can't go, like, you come cry on the internet and get people to sympathize playing on people's heartstrings. But once you go in front of a judge, baby, they got some people, big time unalivers, that was crying in court. Come on now.
Right.
Like,
But how
it don't work like that.
revealing your so like you trying to seduce somebody and then you turn around and start crying. Not only that, the first time we went to court, the two bailers that was out on the side by the clerk, they wrote the truth name real big on a white piece of paper, started tapping on the window, and I looked over there to the right, and they had his name printed on a piece of paper, and I looked because they were asking me was what we were talking about, and that's who was connected to him. I said, yeah, that's the one. And after I left out of court, one of the bailers came and talking to me. He said, I'm gonna give it to you now. You really handled that like you really don't, like you was your own lawyer. So I mean, he said you got all your paperwork, you had every question laid out how you needed to answer it. I honestly think you're gonna be fine. And then he started trying to talk to me about trying to hook him up with something that I had said in court or whatever. So I got him on my team. That's why I was asking Harmony, and I was like, hey, I watched your live when Booger Boy got in that car accident, and you made a statement saying that someone said that he did a story on his story where he was driving first, and he was driving fast then. And I said, damn, who got that video? Because if I can see the signs, I could tell you exactly what he was, because I got police officers in 3 or 4 different counties that I could have just called and be like, hey, did y'all get a report about this? And I could have got the information.
Did you?
But nobody had the video.
I got the video. I think I do. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look.
I know you showed the one of the accident of him on side the road. No, but that was his story.
Yeah, it's the one in his story. Let me see.
Oh, if you got that, honey, if I see that street sign, so I can see what county it is.
I do have it, but it's not showing. It's dark, so you can't see no street signs. All you see is the inside of his car, and you can see the lights on the back of like the cars that's in front of him. But wait, hold on.
I thought it showed the street sign.
Yeah, it did. It did. I'm gonna send it to you
because I can slow roll it and I can see what city that he's in, to what county it pertains to, and I could definitely get that information if he reported that. If he reported that accident. And how it was, what I'm saying, was it really a hit or wrong?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I could definitely transfer over that information to you when I get it, but I could definitely get it. But yeah, that's really all, what happened. But she, y'all, everybody see it for what it is, you know what I'm saying? Because she might well don't ever try to take nobody else to court about no TPO. Ever. Just leave it alone and suck it up. Okay?
Yeah. And that's the crazy part, because it's like, what? Like, the fact that she even remember, and you spoke on this, and I had put this, I talked about this on one of my lives a little minute ago, where, the TPO that she tries to get on RH for that situation that her daddy said about or whatever. And then she said RH wanted a TPO for social media, and she was like, the judge shut it down because you can't control nobody for talking about you on social media, freedom of speech. But the fact that she knows that, and then you still try to go do it, is crazy.
I put that screenshot in too, because that was back in 2022. That was part of one of my exhibits as well. She tried to take her ex-husband to court, and in that statement, she clearly stated, try to talk about him, saying that, oh, he's trying to get one due to social media. It's like, but you're doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yep.
You're literally doing or trying to do the same thing. Like, girl, bye.
Yep. Hit that like button, Bushwatchers. Hit that like button.
But at the end of the day, people know that she's a big compulsive liar. And the judge told her, she said, now I'm gonna tell you this. Ms. Flowers made a very valid point here. When you put yourself out on social media as an influencer or a public figure, you have to be ready for what is to come. And if you put your business out there, you have to be ready to be talked about.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can't put your business out there and then when people talk about it and then you come hollering harassment. That's not harassment.
And not just that, try to make it seem like you didn't put your business out here is even crazy.
saying we lying. Be talking about we lying. We lying on how we lying. We ain't making it up. We only just put out what you yourself put out. Nobody is lying on you.
But that's what I said on my live yesterday. I was like, yeah, it's crazy. It gives a dangerous person because in her mind, she really believes that people are messing with her for no reason. And she also believes that RH has people picking with her, bullying her. And I'm like, so you
But
don't remember none of the stuff you put out here, all of the things? Like
I
this
know
ain't
this is
just
don't. They
or
never
she'll
will.
say,
That's
or
not how
she'll,
narcissists work though.
yeah,
They don't want nobody telling them where they went wrong at because they would never take accountability for it. They
or
blindside everything they do wrong, they blindside that.
Mhm. Or
Literally.
she'll say like, "Oh, that was back in," because even on the audio with Dawn, that Dawn released, "Oh, that was back in 2022." No, with the stuff with Janelle is recent.
It's
The stuff
recent.
with RH is 2022, and you know forward. It ain't just happened in 2022 and stop. That's when it happened, but it progressed.
But my closing statement, I told the judge she's bringing me to court about this false TPO. What she really needs to be worried about is those 5 to 8 attempts that her ex-husband has out on her, and she's in a situation where she might be getting her one of her kids that she has with her ex-husband taken. So to be bringing me to court about something being talked about on the internet, she need to be worried about what really matters.
Yeah,
Like all them contempts that she got on herself and leaving her kids at home at night to run behind somebody. That's what she need to be worried about, her parent skills. Stop trying to take people to court about some foolishness that she put on herself.
Mhm.
So when, like I said, when that judge asked her how she get my videos, that right there gave me a clear view. It was over with.
Yeah, yep. That was crazy though. That
It
whole
was over
situation.
with.
But
It
I'm
was.
glad you free and clear now because, like Harmony said, that was a win for everybody. Just to show that, come on now, this is social media. Stop looking for, because, like the elderly say, when you look for something, you're going to find it. If you want peace,
Also,
control your own peace. Stay away from things that
right.
affect your peace. Don't go looking for it because if that's the case, imagine if these big celebrities would be watching the blogs every day. Baby, they would be they would be in some bad positions.
So
Watch
is she
Lauren
trying to
look
say that
and
the
Google her name,
GoFundMe?
huh?
So is the GoFundMe for to go to court for um RH,
Well, now at
or she
first
back on the
initially
PC?
initially it said it was for to bring the CCs to court for bullying, harassment, and cyber stalking, and then it switched up to go up against her husband. You know, her ex husband was trying to get custody or whatever. But look like she needed for more now because Dr. Jilden came into that. And, child, I could only imagine what else.
People need to just go report that dang on GoFundMe because it's all false and it's a scam.
That money probably didn't clock out. Ain't no way that 13K still sitting in that GoFundMe.
I don't think so either. I
That
don't
money
think so
probably
either.
spent, baby. Ain't no way.
Cause the fact after it got up to a certain amount, after the no ankle lady had people, paying money toward her or whatever, she went and took Booger Boy to what, Florida or overseas again somewhere for his birthday. I said she couldn't wait. That's what I'm supposed to say that she used it for. But at the end of the day, it don't even matter because I ain't that invested with what she used it for because God sees all and karma don't miss a beat.
Yep, that's true. And that's why I always say, like, you don't have to force anybody's karma or try to rush the process. What's for them
Mm.
is for them. Everybody got to answer for their own actions. And that's why I don't never be on my platform like, hey, y'all go do this or y'all go do that or y'all or do this to her because at the end of the day, that girl is going through. I mean, a blind man could see that she's not in the position that she was in initially,
She
2023. You know,
she's faking it. And she definitely don't want us to see that she's had another fair relationship. Like
she's going through the
we
exact same things she put her ex husband through financially. You know, so You know,
Let her sit in her karma. I don't know what she was talking about. Somebody trying to stop her. The girl, that's the devil. So whatever the case may be. And then, did you see what they put up? What Booger Boy put up today? I'm like, she need to stop saying that people is talking about her kids when the baby daddy doing it all himself. Cause why would you put that ugly ASS filter on that baby that looked like a little alien?
he is ignorant. That's all I can say to that. Like he just doing it for attention and the engagement because that's what Facebook is paying. They're paying for posts now. Live streams, no posts.
I
That's
thought it
what
was
they
too,
paying
but they said they paying more through not the reels but your stories too.
yeah, stories because they sent me an invitation, but I don't be on Facebook. They sent me an invitation. It's the stories and it's the post. So like the bigger creators is getting like a nice little coin for that engagement in those posts that they posting.
Hmm.
So that's why he doing it because he knows a lot of controversy surrounding those babies, and he just keep posting that AI. He know they gonna comment on. You know,
But Lupa, that was an ugly. You know what? I'm gonna shut up.
yeah, because they're already on your.
Let me just shut up because I don't
He
want
know.
to. We already know how people, interpret things the wrong way and take how they see fit, other than what your intentions are. So I'm gonna
Yep,
shut up.
he know what he doing. I'm gonna just say that he knows exactly what he's doing when he posts that because he can see the comments. He ain't crazy. He know exactly what he's doing.
But I want to thank you all for the support. It is greatly, greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. No, no cap.
Yeah. And thank you for joining us and telling us your side of the story and what happened in that courtroom, baby.
Most definitely. I wish a few was more so y'all could see. So y'all could see what was going on. Your girl came in with them bifocal glasses on. When I took her to court, I said, "Oh, you trying to look all sophisticated? You
Oh
trying to
Lord.
look all sophisticated with this outfit that you don't had for 3 years? You don't throw stuff away." She had on the outfit, the same outfit she had on when she did that little court TV with that girl that time.
Oh, with
With the
Damien.
Yes, they had the cream on one side or peach or whatever color it was with the white on the other side. That's what she had on with them bifocal glasses, them thick bottle caps.
Not bottle cap stuff.
Yeah, bottle caps making her eye. And that, you know what? I'm gonna shut, I'm gonna shut up. I'm going to shut up. But it was crazy, you know. I let the judge in my county even know that she brought her son to court. I said the same son that she was on went on her YouTube trying to talk about me, but that's contradictive to say somebody talk about your kids and then bring your kids online to talk about somebody. Is
Yeah.
that was diabolical. They were slow, but she threw her best friend Shay Tate, whatever her name is, under the bus for sure, and said that she got him for her. So it's
Wow.
like you got your best friend watching you. Why are y'all watching me though?
That's crazy. It just shows that she gonna fold under pressure, baby. Like she gonna tell. She
Hmm.
gonna tell to not be accountable. That's
Ain't
crazy.
nobody that girlfriend, that girl ain't got no loyalty to nobody, not even herself. Okay.
Now what if the judge would have said, okay, we're gonna arrest whoever did it? Like it wasn't me, it was my best friend.
Yeah. He had already done told it.
That is
Already done
crazy.
told it. But she thought she was doing something by saying the girl name and who she got it from. And I'm like, this girl is real. Screw saying how we see how she act on the internet and we go to predicting how slow she is. In reality, y'all, that girl is real life slow. There's no 3 degrees attached to that young lady at all, okay? Not at all. She didn't know what to do, how to do it. She looked real sad due to the fact that nobody was there to really support her in this.
Yeah. But I mean, who gonna show up for something? Well,
She even brought her baby on the screen the first time.
oh wow.
One of the babies brought the baby, and it's looking like, what you trying to prove, though? You trying to
Probably want to show
save
that they exist.
it, but at the end of the day, hell, I ain't the one got to take care of him. You struggling. You got a whole man, and you still struggling with the babies that you had by him. Make it make sense. How is it? It makes no sense to say that I got a man, but then you still consider yourself as a single parent. That's crazy.
But
How you taking
technically,
care of a man like a son? How about?
she she consider herself a single parent when it's convenient. Because I remember in that live when she brought those kids to that arcade place, and somebody in the comments said she's a single mother of six, and she got back and blocked them. So
But
it's only
how
when it's
could you be
convenient.
somebody and you clearly said it yourself that you've been a single parent even when you were married when we know that was definitely a lie.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
honey, you got to pick a struggle, child. Cause at the end of the day, y'all, I don't care what nobody said. That girl just wants to be fed some penis. That's it. That's all. That's
Yeah.
why she gonna continue to settle for less. Cause she just feel like she got to have somebody. So she might have what. So she going to accept to deal with what she's dealing with, and that's not growth, and that's definitely not self love.
Nope. Hold up. But hey, it is what it is. you know,
It
and
is definitely what it
that's
is.
the
But
night.
then you can't flex on us about you being at your abuser home or do that cheated on you, choked on you, spit on you, and all of that, and you laying your baby faces on the same couch where he screwed another female that left her on the seats. Like, come on now, that's nasty.
I'm
You
finna get Queen Step clean off of here, y'all.
you better get me off this line, Lupa.
Hi, Queen Step. We love you. You ain't about to get me demonetized.
Bye, y'all.
I am so weak, y'all. I am so weak. Oh my God, my eyes is crying. I knew Queen Step was gonna say something crazy though. I knew she was coming with it. Oh my God. Ooh, child, listen, Linda. Listen, the opinions of Queen Step does not reflect the opinions of Lupa. She is her own person, okay? So yeah, she told her story and that's what happened. At the end of the day, that's what happened with her court experience. Oh, I was so weak, y'all. You're welcome. It was last minute. I did that for y'all. I said, let me see what they doing. I posted on my community wall to see what y'all was doing, and a few people comment. I said, let me see, because I was supposed to go back and watch Queen Steps live to react to it, but I never had the time to do it, y'all. And then, like I said, with Facebook, it's a little different when you watching the live on Facebook and YouTube. With YouTube, you can minimize and do other things while you watching it. So I didn't get a chance to finish it. So I said, let me hit her up and see if she'll want to come on and tell what actually happened or whatever. So that's what I did. I did it for y'all. That girl uh not going to make missing stuff in this comment. But I was going to go over play Dawn's audio, y'all, but I'ma save it for tomorrow since it's so late. I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. When I go live tomorrow, I'll play Dawn's audio because it is clearer now that she uploaded it. So we'll just do the part two tomorrow whenever I go live, and we'll play her audio and react to it. Because I didn't think it was gonna last that long with Queen Step, but it was all good. It was all good in the hood, baby. Shout out to Queen Step again for coming up and giving her um testimony and her experience of what happened with that whole court process. That is crazy. But I knew I had a feeling that it wasn't gonna stick because of my experience and what I know about, court situations and TPO'S and all of that. I had a feeling it wasn't gonna stick because it wasn't enough. Like it wasn't enough. And you can't force a situation. You can't force a TPO. And that's exactly what it was given. Like when I would see the contempt that she was sending in, I was like, what? How are you like you trying to get her for contempt for her sharing somebody else's live stream? Like or trying to get her for contempt for her uh doing a video reaction to a whole nother situation, court situation, and putting herself in the like you can't do that. That's why I say y'all, court of public opinion and real court is two totally different things. What rocks on the internet does not rock in a real courtroom. Does not. And that's why I say they better watch, because the situation that's coming up with RH and everything that he has, all of those contempts and stuff, I don't think, listen, I don't think people taking it as serious as they should. Because one thing that they gonna really look at is the fact that the situation with her dad, that's going to be taken really, really serious. Really, really serious. The courts do not play about stuff like that. Those type of records, those type of backgrounds, they don't play about that, y'all. Especially when it involves kids. Like, they're going to take that serious. So, yeah. And she spoke on that in the audio with her and Dawn. So, like I said, I'm gonna react to it tomorrow. We're gonna listen to it and react to it. Thank you, Love Cat. Thank you, Melissa. This is a great live, Lupac. Thanks for your transparency, Queen Step. Yep. Shout out to Queen Step. Let me see. Let me go down. Robert has a very good. He does. He really does. You know, and that's the crazy part. Like, let me shut up. But it's a serious situation. I'm gonna just say that. Based on what I seen with the court paperwork and all of that, that situation is serious. And I think she's taking it lightly. But I also feel like that phone call that she made to Dawn, that kind of gave setup to me. And I'll tell y'all about that tomorrow whenever it's playing in real time. Talk, what do you think about the queso situation? Are you not covering it? What is that? Oh, that's what Cree was talking about earlier. I remember. I don't know. I've never seen it. I'm gonna have to go look at it and see. I have to go look, check it out and see what's going on with it. Like, what is this something fresh? I did hear Cree talking about it on her live earlier. Is that something that's fresh right now? I'm gonna check it out. Oh, baby, these YouTube streets about to be lit. They really are. Let's see. Timo be letting her have it in a nice, lovely way. She do. She do, y'all. But I'm finna get off here, y'all. I done got sleepy, child. I will be back tomorrow. We're gonna react to Dawn's audio that she put out. We're gonna do our reaction to that. I'm gonna definitely be able to go live earlier tomorrow because I ain't got too much to do. So I gotta see my people that be around in the daytime too, y'all. Because that's a whole nother crowd. That's a whole nother set of supporters. Okay? So I got to do an early live video. Researching pockets. Okay, I will, Kim. I will. Good night, Miss Glenda. Look, how can you share my book bag back to school registry? I sent you, please. Where you sent it at? Let me know where you sent it. Did you send it to my email? Did you send it to Messenger? Because I didn't see it. Just comment comment under this live, pretty eyes, and let me know where you sent it at. Just comment. I'ma see it once I get off here. Just comment under here and let me know. I love you too, April. Yeah, because it is late, y'all. And if I was to react to that video right now, I'll be on here till 10:13 here. It'll be almost 12 o'clock. So I ain't gonna even do it. I'm tired. I am sleepy. But I will be doing it tomorrow, and it's gonna be a little earlier. Tomorrow's Friday, so you never know. Tomorrow's Friday, baby, the first day of the weekend, so you never know, child. But anyways, I love y'all, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank y'all for supporting me. Thank y'all for the ones that did support my goal. Thank you for the ones that did hit the like button. To the ones that didn't hit the like button, you still was watching, so you still support it too. Okay, bye, y'all.
Yeah, you tuned in to Lupac, baby. She don't follow trends, she follow facts. Receipts ready, energy heavy. Let's go, let's go. LUPAC, baby don't play. She speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back. All receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. INDE, yeah, she grinding with ease. PENENT, bring in truth to the streets. Go. She
Scroll the page now or later. You'll see lies get exposed and the fake get froze like refrigerators. Name ring bells like second line. Speak real, no need to lie. She from the south with a strong survivor. Snakes don't make it out alive. LUTAC, ain't no faking on the screen. Call a judge, call a jury. She deliver with that heat. You won't clap, but she got truth. No sugar in her speech. Independent, bold and real. This Lupac baby, capiche? They scrolling, she exposing. They trolling, she compose. See, Lupac don't just react. She the code what's not disclosed. From screenshots to timelines, receipts in real time. You playing checkers, she playing chess. Every move defined. Got that hustle in her bones. No cosign built to own. Views go up when she speak up. This platform here a throne.